Here we are again with another instalment of the long version of our Views audio zine after an incredibly entertaining race in Val di Sole. In this week's episode, our main man on the ground, Sven Martin, was trackside in Italy catching up with a few of the world's best downhillers at the third round of the 2023 UCI Mountain Bike World Series Downhill World Cup. Val di Sole's very gnarly track, named the Black Snake, has been the hardest yet this season and bit a few times, claiming some unlucky victims. Firstly, here is a quick run through the top 5 finals results from the Val di Sole Downhill World Cup. In the men, it was Jackson Goldstone, Finn Iles, Thibaut Daprela, Troy Brosnan and Loris Vergier. For the women, it was Vali Höll, Camille Balanche, Jess Blewitt, Cabirou, Nina Hoffmann. In the junior men, it was Bodie Kuhn, Ryan Pinkerton, Henry Kiefer, Lucas Lagno, Leo Abella. Junior women, it was Sasha Ernest, Aris van Lerven, Lisa Bellado, Valentina Roa Sanchez and Les Bonnard. Now with the results in, let's kick things off with Sven talking with Jackson Goldstone after his first ever elite win. Here's Sven with a very stoked Jackson.
Podium shot, I'm literally on my tippy toes the whole time. Everyone, when we all came up onto one podium, I was like on my tippy toes, like literally legs dangling.
Do you think you're done growing?
Hope not, but yeah.
Learning?
No, I mean, definitely got more to learn. That was, I definitely need to learn to keep it under control and figure out how to not almost die in the first corner, but...
Yeah, what do you do in the start gate? What do you tell yourself? Because you've got that mixed condition, so how do you plan that run? Do you attack out the gate because it's drying, or do you...
I mean...
Are you running for the win, or are you running for a safe finish?
Obviously, we got a month till next, until
you
Worlds,
could
so
take
I
a
was
big
like,
digger.
you know what? It's I did get lucky with a bit of the sun after, and the rain would stop, so I knew the track was going to be somewhat drying up, but didn't know how much. So definitely, I tested the grip in the first few corners. I was almost washed the front the first corner. Third corner, I had my foot out, it was loose the whole way down. But
at what point did you know you maybe were on a good one?
Oh, I didn't even know. I mean, I knew I was on a good one for like my standards.
Yeah.
But I had no clue where I was going to end up from like a field wise. Like I didn't know how other people were going or who was going fast and whatnot. So I just as soon as I got down to the bottom and I saw I put 2 seconds in everyone, I was pretty mind blowing.
Your dad said this year was kind of dip your feet in the tank and first year elite, no real big goal. But after maybe you did well and Jordan took the win, that would have changed a little bit, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's obviously it's a hard transition. Like you never know where you're going to start up until the first few races. And I built well. I went from 6th to 3rd to now winning in my first 3 races. And
did you know you had the leaders jersey? Because I thought
I didn't know
you were on the podium. I was like, when's he going to leave the podium? But you must have known because you were like, they would have told you at that point.
Yeah, they told me before, and Finn was like, you're leading, and Finn I think is only like 12 points behind me.
I think Finn thought he had it for a little bit.
Yeah. But we're really close. 1 and 2 for me and Finn, and I mean, thankfully I got to have the leaders jersey for a bit now. We got such a break till Andorra.
you wear it will you wear it in Whistler? Will you race Whistler? Will you race Whistler before that weekend before 2 weekends before World Champs?
Well, I might be getting my appendix out on Monday.
Oh jeez, yeah. So this was coming, right?
So yeah, dude, even
so it had to settle down.
Today,
it had to settle down before you could take it out, which is why you didn't take it out.
Yeah,
previously.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was too inflamed last time to actually take out. So it's like settled down, and I've been swapping antibiotics and stuff, and even for semis today, I was like in a lot of pain. Obviously, I think it was a bit of nerves and maybe a bit of the stomach kind of mixed, but I need to get it out. I'm done having a sore stomach and feeling like I'm going to throw up in the start gate. So
I took my gallbladder out. Look at me now, bro.
Look at you. Look great. Exactly. Lost so much weight. Look at you.
Dude, don't lose any more weight, bro. You need to get that weight down on the hill.
Yeah. So
Fort William, have you kind of considered you as an option for that track? Like it used to be a big guys track, but then little guys have won there. So
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go in there and try and do my best. That's all.
Yeah.
But if I end up getting this surgery, it could mean like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks off the bike. So it could be cutting it close for Crankworks.
Does that mean no hardline as well?
Sadly, as much as I want to do hardline, I think it's out. I think it's out of the cards. And I mean, if the doctor says you don't need the surgery, then maybe I'll go. But sadly, the appendix is more important.
All right, man. Hopefully, it's not like the magic ingredient that makes you who you are.
Yeah, maybe I need my appendix and I'll do worse after. We'll see. We'll see.
All right.
But yeah, stoked.
Oh, man, good job. Enjoy the big party, like you said, a month break, big hangover, no worries.
Well, I mean, I can't drink for a little bit longer, so.
Oh, why not?
Because of the antibiotics.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you having a dry podium?
Well, I mean, I had a few sips on the podium, and my dad's handing me water right now.
He's handing you water, literally.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll have a few sips, but I had a few drinks in Leo Gang, and it didn't make me feel.
Get closer. Hold on. We need a portrait here.
Holy shit, that's the opposite.
How many years, eh?
Yeah, you'll retain it.
I almost said 20 years, but then I don't even know if you'd be like alive.
I'm 19, dude.
Are you riding a little more stiff in the second to last corner?
Oh yeah, definitely took the second to last corner a bit more easy. I was like, I knew I was on a run that I was proud of, and so I was like, I gotta just make it home. And yeah, definitely made sure I might have even lost a bit of time at the end there, but didn't matter.
No Sam Hill for you.
Yeah, not this year. Redemption.
The first corner was almost a day ender for Jackson. Glad he rode it out and ended up on top. An amazing result. With Sven next is Vali Höll, who also won last week's race in Leogang. Vali seems to be on a run of form and doesn't sound like she has any plans on slowing down. We'll head back over to Sven, who is joined by Vali.
Vali, good win, but again, not an easy win. You were fast, but there's qualies, semis, up, down.
Yeah, I always feel like I get up to speed real quick on the first day already, and then like the weekend there's too many days for me. So yeah, struggle a bit on quali day. I just didn't really know where to go because I don't have any coaches this weekend on track because Cecilia and Cedric are both injured. So it's a hard one, especially on this kind of track when lines are changing like every run, and you just miss it because you can't look everywhere. And then before my quali run, I knew I need to do a track walk because I wasn't sure where I'm going.
Yeah.
So I did it with Matt and did I would say 50% new lines.
Wow.
And normally I never do that because I hate changing my habits. So yeah, putting it down like this is cool, and it's a big confidence boost.
You guys pretty much didn't really know what the conditions were going to be. The rain was hovering for the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Did you have a preference, right race it like you did today, or were you happy if it went even worse and wet?
Well, I didn't race a wet one in a while, and the last one I did was terrible. But
okay.
I feel like it's not about my riding; it's just in my head that I was insecure in the wet because of a few crashes. But
yeah.
Even if we have a red race, I'm ready for it.
What do you do to prepare for Fort William to defend that jersey?
I'm actually flying to Whistler next week, so I'm gonna take a few days off and ride some bike park and have some fun.
So a few days off is still riding bike park?
Yeah, sure, but I'm gonna party and go to the lake and just enjoy life.
All right, well, hopefully Whistler's good to you. And see you in Fort William.
Thank you.
Vali sounds like she's got some good plans for the summer break. Very jealous. Now back over to Sven, who chats with Loris Vergier about the new format.
Loris, you've been last man on the hill a couple of times. This one was maybe more stressful with the weather and the rain and the course and not knowing and knowing and...
To be honest, the new format makes it not really stressful anymore. You don't have 4 hours to wait and the pressure builds up. You just go at it, have an hour power nap, and then go again. So you're up top, I've done already a good run.
Yeah.
It's just another one. Let's just try to have another good one and enjoy your time.
Would you say you prefer this format, or is it just different, or what is your take?
My take is mentally, I think it's, at least for me, easier because I can feel less stressed because there's 2 more chances.
Yeah,
so you can win one and suck at the other one. You're like, okay, whatever. And then your day was
Learn
okay.
Something, yeah.
Because when you have 4 hours to wait and you did nothing all day.
Too much to think about.
Oh, insane. You can puzzle. You're ugh, especially with the condition right now with the with weather. And so more chance to have points makes it a bit less trickier on the mind. But then on the body, obviously, it's I was after the semi, I was okay, I'm going to need a power nap for sure. But
so you just go and you're able to fall asleep?
Yeah, you relax a little bit. I was watching the semi, everyone's track, everyone's ride.
Yeah.
And then after, my brain needs to shut. And then, 10 minutes, and then you go at it. So, no, definitely it was tricky because also at the top I was watching the time.
Yeah.
Last year, I was trying to see.
And you could see that the last guys were able to like start knocking the time down?
That was the problem. That was what happened to me. Is like I saw the time being really fast, and I thought, okay, it's actually really good.
Yeah.
And try to push a bit too much, and then overcooked some corners, and I was off the pace. So,
but off the pace on the podium.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't really have regrets, because I wanted obviously to try to win, but I tried and it didn't work out. So we have a little break, and then we can start moving.
What about Fort William? Is that a track you like?
I've had some good success there in the past. I had also really bad ones, so we'll see. I'm trying to take those 3 weeks off.
What do you do? What do you do? Yeah, what do you do in those 3 weeks?
Yeah, like my coach was like, do you need to recover or do you need to train? I was like, dude, I need to train, man. Like,
really?
Yeah, because we race downhill, so like the body's used to just taking hits. But then actually making power, you lose it, because we did it for so long. Like it's been a month,
5 weeks.
5 weeks, done nothing else than just riding downhill. So we need those sprints, power to get back into it a little bit.
A little bit of beach time at home.
I will. I have 3 days, I think.
3 days. That's all you got.
No. I think just time with the family, the girlfriend, and then
cool.
Yeah, just your brain needs a break
as well.
Because I don't know how it's for the others, but like once you do well, you're like, okay, I need to do well all the time, and your brain is constantly like pressured. Yeah. So it needs to go off for a bit. Blow some steam off.
Turn it off.
Exactly. So hopefully we can come back for Fort Bill with strong mindset and just trying to be consistently fast. And then after that, a track you've won on. So good back half of the season. I won here and then it got smoked, so it doesn't really matter. It's like everywhere. Everywhere is like, okay, let's do it again. Like, let's go. All right. Well, good to see you can do it. First place. Yeah. At least sometime this week. Yep. Enjoy. Thank you. You've even got chocolate. Good man. Yeah. Snickers and beer. Cheers.
Really looking forward to seeing Loris attacking on track in Fort William for World Champs in August. Jess Blewitt had an awesome weekend in Italy, nabbing a third, a career best result for her.
Hey, Mike. Jess, been on the podium before, but that was your best one, right?
Yeah, best result so far. Yeah.
So, what is it that it's the hardest track? Everyone would say this is the hardest track to get your best result on. Is it just like it doesn't feel hard to you, or?
I think it's one of the hardest. I think in terms of like how it's always changing. So like you do a run and then the next run is never the same. But yeah, it's obviously crazy long, super technical. And a lot of people are always like, oh, she's just good at the bike park tracks.
I was about to say, like, so don't take this the wrong way, but like, to me, you're a bit of like a free racer. Maybe it's just because you have so much stuff. So I'm like, you're not as lazy as Brendan Fairclough, but yet on this track, you lay it down.
Yeah, I mean, I always surprise myself here because, I don't think I would say I'm the best technical rider, but I don't know, I guess somehow I do good here. So
there's not even big jumps to send it
no,
on.
there's like none. So
what is your favorite track of the circuit?
Normally it's this one or Andorra. So
So you're all coming up still. Fort William, how about those?
I like Fort William, except last year I did my collarbone there. So we were good in the first split, and then. I
think you and Vali need to have a whip off on those motorway jumps.
Maybe, yeah.
And you can enter in the men's division, the overall.
Yeah. I don't think they would enjoy that. Yeah.
No. That's
the men would not be stoked.
Well, they'll get a bit of their asses kicked. All right. What are you doing in this break? Your parents are here. You're going on holiday. You're going home. What do you do?
Nah, no holiday. I'm actually going back to hardline.
Okay. So bad hardline. Do you not? I'm not saying. You remember what happened last year?
Yeah. I know.
And you wanted to go back for redemption?
Yeah. Redemption, and I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like a big thing for me because it's still racing. And I mean, everyone's always like, oh, she's like a jump person. So I think, for me, I would love to like do a full run and just like race it, but it's always hard because obviously team
Is it kind of
priorities
weird
and-
with Worlds being so close?
Yeah, I don't like that it's like that, but yeah, there's no, I don't have to do it. Like I could
Is
go
it just something
there
you want
and-
to like put to bed?
No, I think like I'd like to keep doing it, but it's hard because at one stage I want to just be all racing. So yeah, but for now
not
it's
this
like
year.
not yet. Right now it's just like fun.
Tell me about you and Evie Richards and the nail painting.
Yeah, her and I did like a week together in Fushul for like, well, we were at the ABC together. So it's like, I think it's 20 minutes
ABC.
out. APC. Oh, Red Bull, APC.
What does it stand for?
Athlete Performance Center.
APC.
Yeah. Yeah, so we
It
were
was like
both...
ABC, you guys went back to school.
No. Yeah, so we both did, we were there for a week together and yeah,
each other's nails.
she painted my nails, so I think she's still got the same ones.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She showed me, yeah. She kept
So,
showing me. I told her that was your best quality result with those nails.
Yeah, thanks Evie.
You'll be on the side of the track tomorrow cheering
Yeah,
her
I'll
on.
be watching her. Hopefully she goes third or better. So,
Alright.
yeah.
Been any rides with her?
No, I'd get dropped instantly. I need an e-bike for that one.
Alright, enjoy the hard line, be safe.
Yeah, will do.
See you Fort William.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
A World Champs whip-off would be pretty cool. Definitely keen to see that in a month or so. Junior qualifying winner Ryan Pinkerton chats to Sven now after finishing second in finals.
All right, call this getting to know your juniors. You guys all got to know Jackson and Jordan pretty good from last year, but we've got the next wave coming through. And fastest qualifier yesterday, Ryan Pinkerton.
What's up?
American, as you can hear with the what's up.
Yeah.
Second year junior, how's that changed, or what did you do in the off season, knowing from last year what you needed to do? What was the biggest changes you made or additions?
I just started training a lot harder, got a riding coach or just like trainer and then a gym trainer.
And that's
And,
Lopes?
yeah, Brian Lopes, and then just a friend or like just someone that he recommended to me. His name is Joe Cancelleri for my gym trainer. Does a bunch of moto guys, and yeah, I just worked on a lot of fitness and strength, a lot stronger than I was last year, which definitely helps on this track.
How much downhill riding do you do in your winter?
Try and do at least once a week, but maybe twice a week, depending on what we decide to do.
And where do you go up to? Idlewild, or do you Laguna laps, or what are you doing?
We actually did a lot of Laguna laps, but a lot of the time we went to Crestline.
So just get longer runs.
Yeah, and it's a bit more technical.
Yeah. And the dust in Crestline can be kind of like the dust in here, right?
Yeah, super slippery and it's hard to ride.
Do you reckon that's maybe why it got you? I mean, you've been doing pretty good this season, but like number one spot, the conditions fell at home for you?
Yeah, that's how it was last year too, and I think this year is a little deeper with the sand, so that helped a lot.
And obviously we don't know what we're in store for today's weather, but either way, like the dust and the mud can feel similar, or are we hoping just, what are you hoping for?
Oh, obviously I want it to be dry, but it was so dusty, I don't think it'll be as bad as people think, but maybe a little bit slippery, but everyone has to ride it, so it should be fine.
And who do you think your top competitors are for the Rainbow Jersey later this year?
Probably everyone who's at the top right now, they're all going really fast, so it'll be hard.
You guys have been kind of mixing it up and changing it up and taking turns, it seems.
Yeah, all been like within like a couple seconds every race.
Sweet. Well, let's bring it home.
Yeah.
There is no doubt that Ryan has a bright future ahead of him. Saturday featured a long stint on the hot seat for Bernard Kerr, who laid down an incredible run early on in finals. He sat there for over an hour.
Bernie, you've been in the hot seat for stellar performances, and this wasn't a bad performance. It looked like you were going to go the whole distance.
For a minute it did.
Well, for a minute, for a couple of hours, I reckon.
About an hour and a half, yeah. It looked like I might go the whole way, and then, unfortunately for me, the sun came out. I want to win a race fair and square.
But you wouldn't have said no
But
to
you
a
know
winner.
what? I'll take a Rob Warner win. If I can take a Rob Warner winner in the rain, I'll
Is there a
take
Rob
it.
Warner or a...
Mark Beaumont? No, he won 2, though. He won a good one.
Yeah.
Fair play. But,
Matty Lahoinican too. He won a rain one and he won a
yeah,
legit
mate,
one.
it was honestly tough. I was there. It sounds dumb. Like, people are going to rip me for this. I thought about my speech. Like, I thought about what I was going to say in my interview. I was
Give
giving
us
like that.
Give us your speech.
I was gonna
Give us your
say,
speech,
I
yeah.
was gonna say how I was going to retire after I win, but I'm not sure this one counts. I literally was thinking this for a long time, and like, as soon as it stopped raining, I knew it was going to get too dry, because I went in the rain. I didn't go nearly as bad as a lot of people, but it was slippery, dude. When I went, I had to hold back on a lot of sections. It was slippery. Wasn't a great run. I just rode safe. You know what? It was a dialed run. I rode safe, but I knew it had to keep raining to either be fair for me, or like stop, then rain a little bit, stop, rain a little bit. But
just before Loic set off, it started clearing up a bit.
Yeah, like Loic had it unlucky, and then as soon as the sun came out, it dries so quick here in Val di Sole.
So do you reckon, I'm interested to know, I should have asked one of the top guys, but it's hard to know. Do you think it was like prime racing conditions for the last 5, or do you think you might have still had a more prime track than them?
I definitely didn't have a more prime track. It was raining when I went for 15-20 minutes before I dropped.
Okay.
They had a better track than me for sure, but they didn't have it prime either. It was slippery for them. It was really slippery for me. The guys in the middle had it shit. Like Jake Jewett, our teammate, had it probably the worst of all people.
He had a big save, eh?
Yeah, huge save. His bike was covered in mud compared to mine. So a lot of people had way worse days than me.
So who had the ride of the day then?
Ride of the day was Thomas the Stack.
Oh, no,
It was a Stack. Okay. A Stack put an unbelievable run down, I reckon, in the rain. I would say a Stack had ride of the day, if I'm honest, I reckon, out there. Right. Loic, it started to dry for a little bit. He had a great ride, but I think a Stack, dude. A Stack, obviously Jackson won, but I think Thomas the Stack. Give it to him.
Okay, ride of the day, Thomas the Stack.
He did. Honestly, he did.
All right, Bernie.
It sounded like it was a tough day on the bike for many who had to battle the varied weather conditions. Finn Iles finishes second and completes a Canadian 1-2 on Canada Day. What an amazing achievement for them both. Here is Finn with Sven.
Finn is, what's the hardest part about World Cup racing on a day like this?
Getting second place.
It is. Is it hard because you've kind of become one of the favorites? Like, you haven't had a streak of wins and you've had a win, you know, but you're not the bankable winning guy. But
no,
the last couple of races you've been a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah, I think the last, minus snowshoe, I've been on the podium in my last like 6 of 8 races or something like that.
Yeah.
So the consistency's there. It's just trying to find the level that I'm missing on any given day. So like this year especially, I'm finding that I'm riding really well at like 90-ish% and just being consistent, and like looking at races where I'm like, okay, I just need to ride fast, I need to ride smooth, and I'm on the podium. Like every race this year I'm on the podium, and it's like I think that the hardest part about that is finding the next little step, and it's hard to predict that when that's going to come, especially when the overall's in consideration, and especially when it's like I've had my win, now it's just coming for the second one. And I've like, man, the day like today is frustrating because I knew I didn't have it. Like
So talk about that, because yesterday when you went to bed, you probably knew you did have it.
Yeah, so yesterday when I went to bed, I was actually stressed out because I crashed in qualifying and was like, I'm not doing this again. Yeah. I crashed in the easiest corner on track. I knew how fast I was. I looked at the run. I was like, in qualifying, I probably could have been first or second or third or whatever, and I would have got good points, and I was like stressed about that. I was like, damn, like just get a good sleep, come tomorrow, it's a new day. And then this morning, I went earlier, so it was a little bit wetter of a track, and I had a pretty good run, nothing crazy, and I was looking at it, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm coming this afternoon, and I'm coming into it. And out of the gate, first 2 corners, I was good. As soon as I got in the forest, I made a mistake and was like...
So made a mistake, or because of the conditions they were still slippery?
It was a little slippery, but nothing crazy. Yeah. And I just like, I feel like I've been in enough races now where it's like I know my limit that I can give for any given run. And I think today I was like, I knew that Val di Sole is a race where I know there's a break coming up, but I just want to get a good result and get good points because we have a huge block coming up at the end of the year.
So at that point, you didn't want to go for the win and maybe not end up on the podium?
You're not even thinking about the win or whatever and not getting on the podium, but it's just a feeling. And then you're kind of just in that. It's not mediocre, but it's a high pace, but just not enough. And you can feel it when you're riding. It's just hard to change your mindset. It's so weird. And I'm so in tune now with like how I'm riding and what I'm doing that like when I get to that point, it's like,
is time slowing down? Like, are you able
Not slowing down, but it's just like, I can feel this. Like, I know it's happening when it's happening. Yeah. A little frustrating because I was coming down to the bottom and everyone was cheering. And, like, I was just like, I want somebody to yell, you're up or you're down or something. So I could be like, if I'm up, I'm like, yes. And if I'm down, I can kick myself into gear. But
it'd be kind of cool if at that third split or the fourth split, it'd be cool if they could have put a board there for you guys. Because then we'll see some fucking crazy shit go
Crazy
down
shit at
on
the
that
end.
last
I know.
last
Why are you
thing.
not going to back to the Vergier times? He had people on track telling him what, like, back in the days.
Yeah,
Yeah, Vergier
and
did.
why they had the pit board at the last split. pretty
I'm
much.
kind of interested. I'm kind of different in the way where it's like, well, not different, but I don't look at times. I don't care about conditions. I don't care about anything. I don't want to hear nothing from the bottom. I just get to the start and I get in my mindset and I go, and that's it. And like this year, I'm fifth, fourth, second, and like consistently.
5th, 4th, 2nd. So like world champs, there's like a progression.
There's a progression. So, and honestly,
are you a world champs racer? Do you think?
I mean, I won it in juniors, and last year I feel like I had a good shot, and then I kind of blew my head out. But I think coming into, like, Fort William is one of the tracks that I'm fast on. Yeah, I haven't raced there since 2019, but like.
Do you think Loic and you at Fort William there would be like different vibes because?
For sure, he doesn't like it, and I do. For real.
Like the track.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Really?
But Loic, it's world champs. It's Loic
Amory will
Bernie.
be back. Do you think Amory with like?
You think he'll be back by then?
He wants to.
He broke his neck.
I think it's too early. Yeah.
It's
I would say
potentially
it's
too early.
Yeah.
But what can you do? I think coming into Worlds, I'm just gonna be looking for the win. Like Worlds is one of those races where that thing that I'm talking about today, you completely throw that out the window. You don't think about the overall. You don't think about podiums. You don't think about anything.
And
Worlds is a first place race, and if you're not first, forget about it.
Some good quotes in here. And Canada Day, Jackson. I know you're happy for him, but it's also grating if another Canadian, you know.
Oh, it's okay. You know,
It's okay.
I think the thing is with the state of downhill racing right now is like the first race, our elite man first year Jordan wins.
So you've had 2 of those guys pull one over you.
Yep, and Loic beat me in the second race. So I'm like kind of in this spot where it's like I know how well I'm riding, but I just can't find that level to be like I'm gonna beat blah 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 whatever. But I'm consistent, and it's second overall, and it's only 12 points. And like, if I just keep,
I thought you maybe had it.
So did I, but I crashed in qualifying.
Yeah. Okay.
So is what it is, and we'll come into Andorra with a little bit of a different attitude because I know how fast I am there, and I think that last year I had a win in me, and then I had a huge mistake in the rock garden, and just is what it is. We'll come in with a different attitude because I'm kind of tired of this. Like 3 races in a row, I just feel like I'm just not good enough. And I love being on the podium and everything, but it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth when you know you're better than what you're doing, but you just can't seem to find the click that makes it happen. So I'm looking for that, once I find it, we'll come to Andorra, we'll come to Loudonvier, we'll come to Léger, and we'll fucking take it.
You're not a veteran, but you
sound very mature.
Yeah,
we know you since you're 15 from this track when you were a course sweeper.
I wasn't here when I was 15.
Yeah.
First year junior I came.
When you crashed, when we were next to the track, you were a course sweeper.
No, that was first year junior.
No, first year junior.
That's when I won world championships.
He was in the neck brace, and then minutes later he had a rainbow jersey on. Mm-hmm. We might use those photos in this interview.
Yeah, please. I don't know. We'll see. I think that I don't know if I'm a veteran, but I've had a lot of experience now with myself. I think just going to the next races, like I hate losing. Like I love the essence of sport and being sportsmanship and all these things, but I fucking hate losing, man.
Would you call yourself maybe like a jock?
What's a jock?
Like someone that just loves fucking sports and to win.
Yes, big time.
Big time jock. The big time.
Well, I love all sports and I love winning. So like, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm second place and that feels good and I'm great in the overall and it's consistent and it's
you make a good American.
I'm a Canadian. Don't get that twisted ever.
We could saw your face on the podium when you walked up. We like.
Yeah, it's been like that every single race. I'm like, cool, I lost by a second. Oh, I lost by 1.4, and today at 2.2, like I didn't have it. I said that, and Jackson was gonna win no matter what today. I think. Like I don't think anybody had that run in them. Maybe Thibaut, it sounds like, but I didn't see his run. And yeah, I mean, after you get the taste of a win, what can you do but be unhappy with everything else?
Well, good thing Bernard didn't win. Sorry, Bernard, but yeah, that would have.
I have no idea. Like I said, I didn't even know where he was.
He was on the hot seat the whole fucking day.
Oh, I didn't know.
He was third down.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he thought he was going to win for a second, but whatever.
All right, man. Yeah. Nice one.
It must be hard coming so close to a win as often as Finn has been for the last few races. He'll undoubtedly be on that top step again soon. Last but not least, here is Jackson's father, Ronnie, talking all things Jackson Goldstone.
Do you go by Ronnie G worldwide or Mr. Goldstone?
I go by Jackson's father.
Yeah, I go by like Uncle's husband because
Yeah.
The better one is always or Bailey's dad.
Or Bailey's dad.
So remember that year we saw you in the bike park. I swear I met you before Jackson could even remember things like that, and he like launched off the stage and did that stuff. What year was that?
I think that was in 2010 at Whistler.
Yeah. So what did you see in your son that knew? Because obviously, growing up in Whistler, and you have all the young good kids and stuff, but you must have spotted something but extraordinary or special, and thought, hang on, we need to nurture this, or like what? Yeah, Yeah. Was there something like special? Like, did he want to get on a balance bike? Did he want to just straight away ripping, or what was it?
I think that it's not so much that you saw anything special, like every parent thinks her kid is special.
True.
Yeah, so I think I just tried to give him the opportunities, and if he wanted to do something, we're always like, yeah, that seems cool, Yeah. So
what if it was like rollerblading or scootering?
Well, not rollerblading, and not
scootering.
No,
they wouldn't allow
no.
Okay, good call.
Yeah, no, it would have been taken away straight away.
Straight away. Okay.
Yeah. Luckily, it was something cool like mountain biking and biking, and I think, yeah, it was like just kind of like. Somebody told me once, if you teach a kid confidence, you never have to teach them anything else. And so that's sort of what we kind of live by.
And you have to be confident to drop in today in those mixed conditions. The track's getting better, but by no means is it good when he's dropping in. Confidence, exactly what you said.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was not confident when Loris was in the gate, knowing it was Loris. It was going to knock him off, Loris is good, he's good here. And so it wasn't until like that third split that I kind of started feeling confident or feeling good. But it was pretty stressful up until then.
Do you get nervous? Like, do you worry he's going to hurt himself? Like, what's more scary, like watching him do some of the free ride, hardline, Audi 9 nights, or downhill racing? What do you get nervous, or are you kind of just more watching the splits?
Yeah, no, I definitely get nervous. I try and control it because there's, it's out of my hands, everything he does, right? So you just kind of lean on his past experiences. And, like free ride stuff's a little bit easier, I guess, because you watch the progression, right? Like we watched.
Build up to something.
Yeah, we know, like when he went to Loose Vest or whatever, he had done 50, 60, 70 foot jumps up into that point. So going to 90 wasn't a big deal. And then because he had done 90, when he goes to hardline, he was like, oh, these are just 100 foot jumps. So you see that progression a little bit more. The nerves from racing are just a little bit different because it kind of feels like there's more on the line. Like, winning a World Cup is pretty prestigious, and it was just kind of like this. It's not so much like this dream or goal or anything he's had since a little kid. It's like, oh wow, you want to go race and you're good at it, so let's see how you do.
Did he share any goals for this season? Did you know that he wanted to win this first year? Did he want a podium? I guess after Jordan won, he wanted to win, but that had to have been a goal, right?
Yeah, it was like this year was supposed to be kind of a mellow year, like get your feet wet, elite, no pressure. And then he went and killed it in Australia, New Zealand, won those races, and kind of like did it to himself as far as putting pressure on. Mm-hmm. And then Jordan winning the first race kind of like, but that put the icing. I don't know if anyone lit the fire, but it was like, okay, well, it can be done. It's not. We're here to play now. And I mean, it was just been an incredible year. Like Jordan winning the first one, Andy winning the second one, and Jackson winning the third one. Like 3 new winners, which is, I think, it's pretty cool, exciting year. Yeah,
Sweet.
For sure.
Hopefully we can find Jackson. Otherwise, this will be his interview.
He's still getting peed on.
The Black Snake never fails to give us a race filled with drama and excitement. Proper edge of your seat stuff from the beginning of the day until the very end. A big thank you as always to our man on the ground, Sven Martin. Check out his photographer page on MissspentSummers.com if you like what he does. We have a bit of a break now until the next week of racing action, which will be World Champs in Fort William at the start of August, so races will be having some time off in preparation for the second stint of the season. Anyways, time to thank some people. First off, we need to thank any of you that have made it through this episode of our audio zine. We really appreciate you listening. Thank you to Sven Martin, Boris Bear and Seb Scheich for being in the field, capturing the incredible images for our website, newsletters, and our 2023 Hurly-Burly and the World Stage Yearbook. Make sure you check out our scraps section on our website, which is where we upload our zines, notes, and all manner of other MTB related content. And lastly, don't forget that if you like what we do at Misspent Summers, you can help support us by spreading the word, buying anything from our store, or simply hitting the donate button on the footer of our website. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Views. Let us know what you think about it. Hopefully these longer versions provide you with a good overview of what went down at each event, and we'll see you in about a month's time for World Champs.